Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to your third week of Marketing 300. I'm happy to have you guys here. So, I thought I would start with just a couple of tips on our weekly quizzes. You've been doing pretty well, but I saw a little dip last week as we started to read the chapter. I will start with you do have to read the chapter. So, in order to succeed on those quizzes, you will need to read the chapter. Please note that there's no time limit on the quizzes, so you can take as long as you need. And look for key components in the text. So you'll notice that I do try to pull words directly from the textbook. So that should give you an idea of where in the textbook or where in the chapter I am finding the sentence that I will use for the quiz. And you may, in many instances, look for the exact words that I'm using, especially if I'm putting quotation marks around the words. That means I've pulled it as a direct quote right from the book. So you can keyword search for those types of words. You can thumb through and kind of look for the exact words that I'm using if you have the physical book, but I'm trying to stick really closely to the words they use in the book. So I'm giving you just a little hint there so you can do well on those quizzes. So let's talk about chapter 2. If you haven't gotten your book yet, I have the physical copy here, but make sure you get at least the free copy that you can find on Wiley Course Resources in Canvas. Otherwise, if you haven't yet, make a decision about if you want the digital copy or the hard copy so that you can read along with us. So chapter 2 of Applied Marketing is all about marketing strategy. So it's kind of the fun nuts and bolts of how you actually operate at a marketing department within a company. So as we talk about this, I want you to think about a place that you work now or a place you've worked before and kind of use that as a case study as we're talking about marketing strategies. So it's logical for us running a company, any of us running a company, to want to be the best at what we do. And sometimes we confuse that with a strategy. And the strategy can't be, I want to be the best at doing X, Y, and Z. But what's interesting to think about is there's no one single best company. There isn't a best car company. There isn't a best real estate company. It really depends on who your customers are and what they want. So kind of a contrary, seemingly obvious example of maybe someone who's the best would be someone who makes the best phone, right? The best phone company. So we might all think of Apple, but if you asked my mom, or maybe your own mom, who the best phone company is, she might not think that that's Apple. So it's really, again, all about who your customers are and what they want. And you start to get a sense of that in the book in chapter 2. So instead of trying to be the best, it's critical that we understand our customers first. And then it's the marketing team's job to define how the company is unique. And the textbook talks a little bit about that when it says the little section on competitive advantage. It's the unique value you provide to your target customers. And that's what makes you the best for your specific customer group. So again, think about a company that you work for or one you have worked for in the past and think about who their customers are. Who do they target? Who are they trying to reach? And what's the company's unique value for those customers? Once you have a solid strategy, you begin to think about your marketing plan. That's where you really incorporate the strategy. And very likely, no matter where you end up in marketing, you will probably always come back to the 4 P's of marketing that are described in the textbook. So I'm going to pause here. I'm actually going to share my screen and show you a YouTube video that more clearly defines the 4 P's in kind of a fun and playful way, but it gives you some solid examples that you can follow and think about at the company that you work for now or places you've worked for in the past. So let's take a look.
The marketing mix. It's a combination of the 4 P's: product, price, promotion, and place. When we talk about product, we mean things like the quality of the product, the design, the packaging it's sold in, and the brand. Price not only refers to the retail price, but also any discounts. Do you accept payment plans? Are there any specific credit terms if the customer has to borrow money to buy your product? Promotion deals with any advertising. Personal selling. Are there salespeople? Public relations, emails, anything that gets the word out. place? Do you have a retail location or a storefront? Do you deliver? Can the product be downloaded? Basically, all distribution methods. Let's say you want to sell hamburgers. Great, but first you need to know your target market. Who are you going to sell hamburgers to? Well, hello there. Your target market will affect your 4 Ps. In this case, you'll want a very high-end hamburger. Consider a product that features truffles, which are super expensive stinky mushrooms. Oh, that sounds delightful. You're going to have to charge a lot because your costs will be high. $25. A good promotion might be an advertisement in Fancy Pants magazine. And a perfect place to sell the hamburger would be at the Polo Club. Okay, but what if we have a different target market? What about this guy? Peace man. This marketing mix won't work for him. Consider a vegetarian burger. You won't be able to charge much. You may even have to loan him money. Thanks, dude. Including good karma fries will encourage him to spread the word. And selling them in a public park would be a good idea. Okay, but what about this target market? Arrgh. Again, we should adapt the marketing mix. He spends a lot of time at sea, so waterproof packaging would be a good idea. He doesn't have any cash, but has plenty of goats on board. Who doesn't love a free Viking helmet? Ooh. And you'll need to deliver. So there you have it. The 4 Ps make up the marketing mix. Product, price, promotion, and play.
The last part of the chapter talks about evaluating your marketing efforts. And although it's only a small part of the chapter, it's probably one of the most important components of a successful marketing plan. In every work environment, you're constantly evaluating your marketing programs to ensure that they're delivering value. And you'll see that if you're working for a company now. Even if you're not in marketing, they are constantly thinking about how they are reaching their customers, the money they are investing in those efforts, and if it makes sense, if it's actually working. So, for example, when you place an ad on a website, you get information back from the website to tell you how the ad is performing. And when you read that information, you are evaluating the success of the ad. The book calls it an audit. It's the same thing, auditing or evaluating your success with different steps of the marketing plan. And as you audit or evaluate, you also make adjustments to make any necessary changes to ensure your continued success in marketing. It's a critical component, an ongoing component that you will always take part in is evaluation of the work that you're doing. So of all the things that you learn about marketing, this chapter, I would say, covers some of the most essential topics. No matter what industry you work in, no matter what level of hierarchy in marketing you are currently in or that you will be in the future, you will always come back to a strategy, a plan, and evaluation, constant evaluation. So it's an important chapter. I really hope you enjoyed reading it. And I also, most importantly, hope you're enjoying the class. I hope you're learning new things and thinking a little differently about marketing. Thanks for listening in, and I will see you next time.